That we should put effort towards anything that we have interest in. Because we believe we have endless choice.
We have to work hard to find someone, because I think there's kind of a prevailing narrative that serendipity will solve it for us. The world has changed tremendously. We don't go to church like we used to. We don't have these pubs or that sort of institutions of community in our lives. So we're like predominantly more lonely than ever, living in four white walls in big old cities, alone. Do we have to work hard to find that person? Do we have to put in work?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we should. I think we should put in the work. I think that we should put effort towards anything that we have interest in. So if a romantic interest is something that you want to have, you should put the work in. But I don't necessarily think it's about putting the work into someone else. It's about putting the work into you, right? And just elevating you, optimizing you, making you the best you can be, upping your communication, right? Understanding how to build emotional ties, right? Understanding how to make great decisions, understanding how to be a great listener, critical thinker, right? All of these things are going to help you in all aspects of life, and definitely in your romantic life. So that's where the hard work needs to go in. But we're in an interesting place because every generation believes their generation had it the hardest when it comes to finding a spouse. This is throughout time. Talking to my grandfather, oh man, you won't believe how hard I had it, you know? And my grandfather had three options, right? Small village in Jamaica, three options, three people. But what I find interesting is there's a book, Paradox of Choice, by Barry Schwartz, and he's the less is more, right? And what's interesting is that we have more options today than, say, my grandfather had in his day, but we have less satisfaction in the choices we make because we believe we have endless choice. That's the real problem that we have. So you think about, you go onto a dating app, right? How many people can you swipe through in a dating app? Endless. It's endless. You could literally 10,000 if you want to. And the thought is that you have an option. All 10,000 are an option. So because you have 10,000 options and you pick one, there's less value that you have in the one. But if I flipped it around, maybe this is an idea. See, I should pitch you on this idea right now. All right, dating app.
Yeah.
This is my pitch. Dating app, but you only get 3 options a week.
Interesting.
What do you think? Because here's my thought. So here's my thought, right? The thought is that you place more value in the option you choose, right? And that's ultimately, I think, what the challenge is in this day and age. It's about, we think, we're placing less value because we believe that we have endless option.
So true. The issue with the idea is, in a world where there are other apps, like if that app existed and it was the only app, then it would be, the conversion rate from first date to marriage, I think, would be considerably higher. However, in a world where I can also use Tinder or Hinge when they're going to give me 10,000 options, I think people will always choose option. So I think we'd have a problem getting users.
Yes.
Because they'd go, well, I'd rather have 1,000 guys to choose from or 1,000 women to choose from. But your point is so spot on that a lack of options means we'll invest more and work harder on the ones we do have to make them work. Whereas if I meet you on a date and I don't feel like it's perfection, I'll go, fuck this. I've got 37 men in my Tinder DMs that wanted to meet me as well. So I'll go try one of them.
Yep.
And we're always contending with the false highlight reel reality of those 36 other men.
Right.
Because they looked perfect.
They did.
They chose their best 3 selfies.
Yep.
And he had a Rolex on, and and then you meet him and you go, fuck. What?
What? Yeah. But I'm going to go to the 36 others.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a horrific spiral.